Good day everyone, so this is Kokomi-chan and she broke through the Inazuma barriers set up by the Raiden Shogun, and that's what this video is about, just showcasing you what the outside looks on this beautiful sakura garden that the game has created. So we find ourselves here on Watatsumi Island in the Suigetsu pool, and basically once you teleport into this domain and you get to the ending, you are greeted by this very beautiful scene. But the question is, how do I break into that scene? Well, this is what Kokomi-chan was able to achieve. Now, let me be clear, this is kind of difficult to do because, well, if you beat up all the enemies, you have 120-second timer to leave, and if you don't beat up the enemies, they actually make it difficult for you to really do it. So what is the secret? Well, the Zhongli barrier trick's not going to work. A spinning Zhongli against the barrier trick is also not going to work. Basically, I really can't tell you because legally Hoyo is going to destroy my account. So you'll just have to enjoy the fact that I did get out of here and I did it using the game's mechanics. So what happens when you get across the barrier? Well, you can't really get back in. Well, you can using the same method, although it's going to be pretty tricky. I haven't even figured out how to do it in reverse, but there are other ways back in regardless. But basically what you get is the outside of this place, and it's quite beautiful from the rooftop here. You can see also the hidden barrier extending, but there comes a point where the barrier arbitrarily just doesn't work anymore. So this allows me to do my little favorite Kokomi trick. You just basically stand way underneath and then you get healed. So this is one of the little cool Kokomi infinite jellyfish range tricks. You can see there I get healed, I can still hit the enemies, but I can't get to them and they can't get to me even though my abilities work. So basically, yeah, that's it. But okay, let me just answer the real question. There's nothing really outside the barrier except lots of rocks and lots of climbing and this hidden tree. So hopefully you just saw that with the power of Yelan being able to just take care of a bit of this blur, you can make out the tree, and it was kind of funny to see this tree. But beyond this tree is literally an entire cliff that you can climb. Actually, I'm kind of lying to you guys. There are a bunch of cliffs and hidden floating islands behind this, which was really bizarre to me because if you stand there way in the beginning where we stood, you can't see any of this from the ground. None of this is like visible. In fact, you have to use Yelan's E ability here in this bright sunlight right like way up high in the sky just to be able to see some of these structures. And what's so bizarre about my adventures here out of bounds is that everything has a collision hitbox. Nothing is just a PNG. It is so bizarre what Hoyo has built here. In fact, I would even argue that what Hoyo has done is they've added in so much bloat into these early areas that a lot of the like gigabyte and storage space that you see in your game actually comes from the bizarre designs that they have. In fact, when I started climbing this, it pretty much felt like, in terms of time, it felt like I was climbing twice the amount of time it took me to get to the peak of the Enkonomiya cave, if you've ever been there out of bounds. And to my joy, I actually discovered that, hey, there is this floating island. So, you know, let's journey onward. Let's get to this holy place in the sky that has a collision hitbox. And yeah, once you go too far out of bounds, you get teleported back. So I guess that's the... well, not the end of the journey, because I just got back out of bounds again, confirming that my glitch method, whilst taking 20 minutes, actually does work to get out of here. And then I decided, well, you know what, I've done everything on the top, let me explore the bottom. And I found even more unusual designs and just things that makes me question what the devs were doing. So for instance, once you go underneath literally the building here, you'll find a couple of stairs that will not lead you back. So this is bizarre design, but I mean, I don't know, this is all just a work in progress. Other than that, there's nothing much happening here. I did confirm if you go down, it's a pretty quick fall and then you're just like teleported back up. As usual, because we're in range of the enemies, you can trigger them, but this little barrier around the place actually, as you can see here, this is how it works, and actually kind of investigated this a bit, you can see the barrier that actually prevents you from getting out extends way underneath the map. So that hopefully gives you some hints if you ever want to try and break out. And then it also extends around this place. It's almost like they've got these slices that they've put around the place, and bizarrely enough, the barrier even extends here on the outside for some unknown reason. You can see here it's almost like we're gonna hit it again. It's just a weird design. I think they've got like a standardized method and then it's put in there, but regardless, you just like go around it and you're back in where you want to be. So for me, this out of bounds adventure was fun. It was really counterintuitive, and honestly it revealed to me why Hoyo is putting in so much bloat in the game, because the background is not that well optimized. In any case, this is the end for Kokomi-chan's journey. Hopefully you've enjoyed this bit of exploration. Keep well.